Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a tape-delayed broadcast of Rutgers-Newark and Rutgers-Camden here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Very proud of today, as this is my first ever college baseball broadcast, but unfortunately, due to tech issues, we had to tape delay the game. Hopefully another time, maybe next year, sometime in 2024, we'll be back for a second round with real broadcasts and actual live feeds this time. They're going to be announcing the starting lineups up in the Raptors nest, as they call it, but we'll go over the starting lineups real quick for the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders and the Rutgers-Camden Scarlet Raptors. For the Scarlet Raiders, as coached by Connor Cortman, will be, let's see, my paper's flying all around here, number 6, Gilroy Pryal in center field. The number 32 is Eric Recchia, the right fielder. At the third spot is number 7, Michael Weinbell. In the cleanup spot is number 28. Let's see, Robert Gonzalez, the third baseman. In the fifth spot is Paul Recchia, the DH. In the sixth spot is Matthew Ripkema, the shortstop. In the seventh spot is number 41, Connor Bash, the left fielder. In the eighth spot is number 9, Armando Alvarez. The number 9 hitter is number 23, John Rosado, the catcher, and the starting pitcher is number 17, Marcus James. Rutgers-Camden's being introduced right now. We might as well introduce them as well. The right fielder is number 2, Jacob Watson. The second baseman hitting second is number 7, Danny Vasquez. The third hitter is number 10, Andrew Brown. The fourth hitter is number 12, Jack Murphy. The number 5 hitter is number 18, Frankie Roman. In the sixth spot is number 14, Augie Uzdanovich. The seventh hitter is number 34, Evan Carbone. He's the catcher. In the eighth spot is number 28, Chris Bonifiglia. And the ninth hitter is number 11, Giacomo Antonicello. The starting pitcher is number 24, John Casper. We'll bring your attention back to the field as they introduce their starting lineups, and we'll play also play the United States National Anthem. Thank you for watching Dan Wilkins Broadcasting coverage of NJAC baseball. We'll be right back after the introductions. So here is Rutgers-Camden. Here's the first hitter for Rutgers-Newark. First pitch. Show him bunt, but pulling back. It's 1-0. The ball game is underway. Starting pitcher for Rutgers-Camden today is number 24, John Casper. That one is downstairs, 2-0. 3-0. And a quick strike there. It's 3-1. Here's a line drive to right. And that'll be caught out there by Jacob Watson, and there's one away. Here's a first pitch, foul. 0-1. Another foul. Here's a pop-up, right field side. Watson can't find it and it's foul. Still an 0-2 count. Another foul. Yeah, I know. Ours is on. Ours is on. Yeah, ours is on. My phone. I know what he's talking about. Swing and a miss. Recchia down on strikes.
We got two. there. Number 7, Michael.
I got you. Okay, very good. I got just fun.
We got two.
Here's Michael Weinbell. First pitch, right center field, and that will fall for a base hit. So Weinbell aboard on his quick single on the first pitch. And this now brings up Robert Gonzalez. Ended her. Down low, 2-0. Gonzalez, runner's going down, and the throw is not in time, but he slipped off the bag a little bit, and he's out. He slipped off the bag. So we go to the bottom of the first, and we'll go to break, no score. of the first.
Jacob Watson.
This thing won't stay in focus, jeez. Yeah, here's Jacob Watson. He's facing Marcus James. First pitch. Interesting windup, and there's a strike. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. To Watson. Here's a ground ball out to second. Throw to first is in time by a couple steps. So bring up Danny Vasquez.
Danny Vasquez.
First pitch front. That's a ball. 1-1. Here's the line drive out to left. And that'll fall for a base hit. So Alvarez gets aboard. Or excuse me, Vasquez
Now batting number 10,
brings up
Andrew Brown.
There was a player named Andrew Brown for the Oakland A's for a couple of years. He was quite a tall fella, 6'8", tall stature at first base. Brown is playing at first base today, or excuse me, third base. Runner on first, one down. As long as Brown doesn't ground into a double play, Jeff Murphy will be next up for Rutgers-Camden. Back to first, nothing doing. Again, if you're watching a tape-delayed broadcast of Rutgers-Camden baseball here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. Rutgers-Newark and Rutgers-Camden just getting started. We're in a battle of the Scarlets. Going down to second base is Vasquez. Here's a ground ball back up the middle. Throw to first is in time. But Vasquez moves up to second base, and there's two down.
Now batting number 12, Jack Murphy.
There's a strike. 2-1. And that's a ball. 3-1. 3-1, runner on second. here in the bottom of the first. He walks here to fill up that spot at first, and he will. So Jack Murphy takes ball 4, and he'll take a free trip down first with 2 down here for Frankie Roman.
Now batting number 18, Frankie Roman.
With the old Chase Utley walk-up song. First pitch of the ball, 1-0. Here's a hot shot, hot chopper, and that one's going to skip through. And the bases are now loaded for the Scarlet Raptors.
Now batting number 14,
He's going to bring up Augie Uzdanovich.
Hey, nobody better. Stay hot. Oh, let's go, man.
So Uzdanovich now with the bases loaded. Jack Murphy on second, Danny Vasquez on third, and Frankie Roman on first after the single. There's a foul ball out towards first base line. 0-1.
Let's go. Okay.
Here's a hot shot center field by Uzdanovich, but it's caught and the inning is over. Rutgers-Camden strands the bases loaded. We'll go to break. No score after 1.
batting number 28, Robert Gonzalez.
Top of the second, no score. Rutgers-Camden and Rutgers-Newark. First pitch is a strike. This is to Robert Gonzalez. He was the last batter of the first, but because Weinbill got out trying to steal second base, he slid off the second base bag, probably because of that turf down there. And it's strike 1 and 2. So now Gonzalez will bat again with the count reset. 1-2. Check swing. Field first, doesn't go. 2-2. Forward. Recchia, and then will be Matthew Ripkema for the Scarlet Raiders. I know the scoreboard said otherwise, but here's a ground ball out towards short. Throw to first is in time, run away. Yeah, I messed up the scoreboard. I had no idea that Rutgers-Newark was going to be wearing black jerseys and that Rutgers-Camden was going to be wearing red jerseys. So even though I had made the graphic anticipating Rutgers-Camden to be wearing black, I was not at all expecting them to be wearing their red jerseys here on this Friday. So apologies for that. Really nothing I can do, just swap the colors. And in your heads, first pitch to Recchia as a strike. Second pitch rather, ball 1-1. Foul back towards the right side and out of play. One's headed for the soccer field. Line shot center field and a base hit for Recchia. This is going to bring up Michael Ripkema. Matthew Ripkema, excuse me. Keep messing that up. Well, I mess enough stuff up and you'll be a Walmart breeder in about 5 years, so. First pitch to Ripkema. From Casper is a ground ball, third base side and foul. Go to first, nothing doing.
Inside the white line. Up two. Hey, John. Hey, John.
Here's a ground ball out towards second. Throw to first is in time. So Vasquez makes the play over at second on a nice running play. Now there's two down for number 41, Connor Backs. bottom of the second, no score here between Rutgers-Newark and Rutgers-Camden. You're watching the tape-delay broadcast of NJAC baseball here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. The first pitch is down and away to number 34, Mr. Evan Carbone.
Any relation to our...
No. Not that I know of, at least. There's a ground ball foul. Carbone hailing from Mullica Hill and Clearview Regional. I gotta say, with a, by the way, a 1-1 count. This feels more like a South Jersey versus North Jersey All-Star game. And that's what it feels like, because all of the schools down here, everybody on this Rutgers-Camden team is from New Jersey. And in fact, if you look at the Rutgers-Newark side, everybody on the Rutgers-Newark side is also from New Jersey. So these are all former high school players from Jersey. You know, like I said, it feels like a North versus South All-Star game. The starting pitcher, John Casper, he comes from Gloucester Catholic. There's people here from Delsey, Buna, Lenape, Kingsway, Cinnaminson. Of course, Dustin Bellis from Audubon. He made an appearance yesterday. Another tap of foul by Carbone. It'll be Evan Carbone, Chris Bonafiglia, and Giacomo Antonicello hitting for the Scarlet Raptors. That's a ball 2-2. Oh, whoa! Holy goodness, what a catch! That was a rocket off the bat that landed right in his lap. One away. Oh my goodness.
Now batting number 28, Chris Bonafiglia.
So with one away, here is Chris Bonafiglia. Downstairs. Still, it's 2-0. Again, it'll be Bonafiglia and Tonicello, and then back to the top of the order with Jacob Watson. There's a strike. Gotta imagine how Marcus James is feeling after that line drive. I mean, I've seen a couple of those when I was pitching. You know, I only made 2 appearances on the mound in Little League, but every time there would always be a line drive that would come right back to me, and I never had good reaction times. So
That guy had some excellent reaction time.
yeah, nice catch there by Marcus James. That one is a ball, 3-1. Strike 2. Popped up, first base side. And over to make the catch will be Alvarez, Armando Alvarez, and this now brings up Giacomo Antonicello. Excuse me, Giacomo. Here's Giacomo Antonicello. Ninth hitter in the order for Rutgers-Camden. They brought 6 men to the plate in the first, but did not score. First pitch is inside, 1-0. Antonicello from the shores of Cape May, coming from Wildwood Catholic.
Love Cape May.
Yeah. A lot of kids from Highland Regional. In fact, there's 4 kids that I can, actually no, yeah, 5 kids on this roster that I can read from the Highland Tartans roster. That Highland High School will have a feature game on DWB on April 19th when Timber Creek comes to town. That'll be a fun one in Blackwood. Bonifiglia, Evan Carbone, Daniel Robeson, and Joey Rappaport all hail from the Tartans. Here's a ground ball out towards third, picked up. Throw across to Diamond is in time. This game's looking a lot different than yesterday's, that's for sure. We're scoreless through 2. No score between the Scarlet Raiders and Scarlet Raptors. Bring me back, please. Top of the third here. First batter for Rutgers-Newark will be Armando Alvarez, the first baseman. And one is away, 1-1. One and two. Foul ball, right field set. On deck for Rutgers-Newark is Aiden Sheehan of Middletown High School, who was not originally in the lineup, so they must have had some change of heart, but he's downstairs. Yeah, universal DH over here. I mean, I know in high school baseball the rules are a lot more ambiguous. Count is 2-2 to Alvarez. Fly ball, right field side. And that's going to get down. It's going to hop off the wall. And in there at second is a double. Armando Alvarez. After the double. Again, apologies. If I put the camera right up to the net, it'll probably fix it, but one foul ball, and that's an $850 check right there. So, now, I would imagine with Gilroy Creal on deck for Rutgers-Newark, that probably means that this is a pinch hitter. John Casper threw back to second base. Didn't have anything going on there, and now he starts the at-bat versus the Middletown, New Jersey catcher. He shows bunt. He's going to pop it up, and that one is foul. That bunt went so high in the air, it almost cleared the netting, and it's, several dozen feet high. Oh, 1 to Sheehan.
Come on, Cass, what you say, babe? Hey, Joey, move! Let's go. Come on!
That's a strike, 1-2.
Go, get it now! Hey, Johnny! Get this ball, baby, let it go, nobody got it! Hey, Johnny!
Sheehan bunts with 2 strikes, and that one's going to be a foul ball, so he is retired via the strikeout. Second strikeout for Casper, and this brings up Gilroy Preal again.
Now batting number 6, Gilroy Price.
So leadoff double by Armando Alvarez, and then a strikeout on a bunt by Aiden Sheehan, and this brings up Preal. He flew out to the right fielder Watson his first time. Ground ball, third base side. That's a foul ball. Two and one for Preal. Due up will be Eric Recchia. 2-1 to Preal. Runner on second for the Scarlet Raiders of Rutgers-Newark. Here's a ground ball. Hot shot, diving play at third. Throw across the diamond is in time. 2 down. Focus is killing me out here. I keep having to re-zoom every single time I move the camera. Let me see if I can move it closer when we get to the end of it. Yeah, I do. Yeah. But I don't know if their feed. You're using it? Are you using it? So what do you mean?
What's your current Rutgers-Camden schedule?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I believe it, yeah.
I'm just trying to help you out. You know a whole lot more than I do.
There's a base hit to right. Here comes around third Alvarez. Here comes the throw to the plate. And he's in time.
Way out of there!
Yeah. We go to the bottom of the third, no score. I'll look at it. Jacob Watson, bottom of the third, for the Scarlet Raptors. First pitch is a bunt foul. Foul back. Oh, and 2 to Watson. Here's a ground ball out to second. Picked up on a couple hops, throw to first in time, one away. This is a very stark contrast to what we saw in the first game, which was yesterday, and in Newark. Newark basically blew them out 8-1, and after 2.5, it's been a pretty slow and steady game. First pitch, that one's up the middle, and that one is a base hit. Skipping through the infield, getting past both the second baseman and shortstop. It's a single for Vasquez. This brings up Andrew Brown.
Now batting number 10, Andrew Brown.
They're still netting. Yeah, there's netting all the way to the foul pole. So you're kind of 6 one way, half a dozen another, and they're all first pitch. Strike. Throw down. A couple pickoff attempts here by Marcus James. None have fallen. Another throw. Another throw. See, in Major League Baseball, they have the limits now for how many times you can throw back to a base, but no limit exists in college baseball. You can keep making them dive back to the bag all you want.
What's the limit for MLB?
I believe it's 3 times a batter. There's a fly ball, center field. That one's deep, and it is caught in right. Heading back to first will be Vasquez.
Now batting number
2 down
12,
now.
Jack Murphy.
There's Jack Murphy. Runner on first, 2 down, and here is Murphy, another throwback to first. Breaking ball in there for a strike right down Broadway. Another throwback. Marcus James might be throwing more pitches to first base than he is to home plate. Trying to draw Vasquez off the bag and get that third out. It's the 0-1 to Murphy. Chopped foul, and that one's going to go right over the Rutgers-Newark dugout. It's going to roll, roll, roll. Vasquez is going. Maybe this is why they've been picking him off all this time, and he's safe at second base. So stolen base for Danny Vasquez, and that puts him on second base here with an 0-2 count to Jack Murphy. excuse me, 1-2 to Murphy. If the inning were to continue after this, Frankie Romand would be up next for the Scarlet Raptors. In the dirt.
Let's go, Murph. Let's win one here, Jack. Let's go. Nobody better.
Upstairs. So Murphy, after being down in the count 0-2, has now ran it full.
Hey, Murph, win it, baby, let's go. Hey, Murph, hey, Murph. Hey, Jack, let's go. Hey, Murph.
Rounder foul.
Come on, Jay. Hey now, Murph, keep working, Murph, let's go.
Full count pitch upstairs. So Murphy walks, and now that puts the previously unoccupied first base now back into play. Runners on first and second with 2 outs in the bottom of the third for Frankie Romand. Murphy's walked twice today. Augie Uzdanovich on deck for the Scarlet Raptors. In the dirt, that one's going to skip back. Picked up by Sheehan. And it's 1-0. So runners on second and third here. Strike 2. Excuse me, strike 1. 1-1. Romand launches one to right. It's deep. And it's off the wall, right around 3/4 of the way up, and Rutgers-Camden is going to score 2 runs. 2-run double by Frankie Romand, and he pumps the motorcycle right there. 2-0 Scarlet Raptors.
Now batting number 14, Augie Uzdanovich.
That is more runs than Rutgers-Camden scored yesterday versus Rutgers-Newark in an 8-1 loss. And remember, both of these teams are very good. Rutgers-Camden going into this one 18-5. Rutgers-Camden going in 14-8. So 2 very similar teams when it comes to the prowess of how they've played versus out-of-conference opponents versus in-conference opponents. They've done a great job on both ends of the baseball. So I have a great feeling that this is going to be a good game of, from here on out, from innings 4 through 9. His first pitch to Uzdanovich is a strike, 0-1. Popped way up in the air, about a country mile up, and making the catch is the second baseman. The side is retired. So Romand gets a 2-run double for the Scarlet Raptors. We go to the fourth, 2-0 Scarlet Raptors over the Scarlet Raiders.
Shut down.
welcome back to coverage of Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, coverage of NJAC baseball. It's time for our trivia time. Today's question is, since 1998, or I should say, how many of Major League Baseball's 30 stadiums were built before the year 1998, so 25 years ago, and what are the options?
8 out of 30, 19 out of 30, 10 out of 30, or 12 out of 30.
All right, thank you. First pitch is a ball, and Rutgers-Newark gets the ball rolling here as it's 1-0. We'll reveal the answer in the bottom of the 4th inning. Two 2-0. So 2-0 Rutgers-Camden. They're off to a good start here. Again, only scoring 1 run across 9 innings yesterday in Newark. An 8-1 loss, and luckily the tide has been different today. Quite literally as well. I mean, here's a 4-pitch walk to number 7, Michael Weinbell, and now here is number 28, Robert Gonzalez. He's technically had 3 plate appearances today, but only 2 at-bats because the first at-bat was cut short due to Weinbell being thrown out at second base. It's a ground ball, third base side. No. You know what? They're calling a foul ball because that hit off his foot. That's what it was. That's why it was called a foul ball. He's going to shake that one off. I would imagine it would. He's going to shake that one off and come back here on a 0-1 count. It looked like a routine ground ball, but because how hard he hit it off his foot, the carom that it took, it's quite an interesting one. Throw back to first, nothing doing there.
Good job. Keep working.
Leadoff walk for Michael Weinbell, and the count is 1-1 to Robert Gonzalez. After this would be Paul Recchia and Matthew Ripka. Or Ripka. There we go. Throw down to first. A lot of pickoff moves in this game. But it almost feels like the atmosphere of a high school game, if you get what I'm saying, just with older players, you know.
A little bit better feeling.
A little bit better play overall.
Yeah.
Here's a line drive center field. There's a base hit for Gonzalez, and holding at second is Weinbell, and now Rutgers-Newark is clapping back at what Rutgers-Camden just did in the bottom half of the 3rd. They've got 2 runners on with nobody out for Paul Recchia. He singled in his first at bat.
Definitely more chatter coming from the sidelines than at a high school game.
I would say it's
like constant.
Yeah, I would say so. I noticed that the first Rutgers-Camden game I went to, which was under the lights. Oh, I thought that might have been a balk call, but nope. Balks are very hard to distinguish. You notice they got to call the signs the old-fashioned way. No pitch com here, you know. Only in the minor leagues do you get that. I don't even know if they have it in the minor leagues. Might just only be a Major League Baseball thing, which is why rookie pitchers have kind of had a hard time getting used to it. And there's a line shot back up the middle. What a play! He tagged the bag, and they have to throw back to first because Recchia had to get back. Or rather, Gonzalez had to get back. So amazing play at second base by Danny Vasquez. And this will bring up Matthew Ripkema. That puts now runners on first and second, although... hold on here. So, yeah, runners on first and second, 1 out, and Vasquez is coming off the field. The athletic trainer's looking at his finger. He might have jammed it on the play because he caught the ball and then dove into second base kind of on a whim to make the play. So now the umpires are looking at this. And the athletic trainer's still looking at his finger there. Vasquez made an amazing play at second base. One away, runners on first and second. Rutgers-Camden leads 2-0 over the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders. I think he's putting on some sort of either like a napkin or an alcohol wipe. He gets back out there. Remember, diving on the turf hurts a lot more than diving on the grass. You know, you get like that rug burn if you're not, like protected. But you got over at first base, right now at least, you have, Frankie Roman over there at first base. He's wearing short sleeves. So you'd have to imagine diving for a ground ball. That would be hard. That goes past Carbone, and both runners move up. So runners on second and third. A lot of energy in that Scarlet Raider dugout. It's 1-0 to Richmond.
I would imagine with both of them being Rutgers, there's a little extra ribbing between the teams.
Yeah, I mean, the last time Rutgers-Newark played a game was, or Rutgers-Camden played a game was Tuesday versus Drew University. So, like the smaller D3 schools, they may not have the same connection that something like Rutgers on Rutgers would. Here's a fly ball, right center field. That ball is deep. It is caught in center field by Uzdanovich. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is cut off, and it's 2-1. Rutgers-Camden still on top, but now the lead has been cut in half. Here's Connor Baksh.
Barrel after barrel after pass ball after barrel.
Rutgers-Newark loving the intensity. So here is Baksh after a quick meeting on the mound with number 24 John Casper, starting pitcher here. He's done good so far. 2 strikeouts on the Leisure for him today. That was his first earned run. It'll be Baksh and then Armando Alvarez due up for the Scarlet Raiders. After that would be Aiden Sheehan. So I think that originally they had John Rosado, the sophomore, in the lineup, but subbed him out late for Aiden Sheehan, the freshman. So here's Baksh. Coming out of the Christian Brothers Academy, or CBA, and the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Foul back, just to our right, and 0-2. Yeah, a lot of North Jersey schools being represented. You got Matthew Ripka out of Waldwick. You got Don Bosco Prep, Wayne Valley, Morris Knowles, Hackensack, North Brunswick, South Brunswick, Ramapo, Elizabeth, all those North Jersey schools. You really get these players where you can find them. Again, every single player on these two teams are from the great state of New Jersey. Here's a ground ball out to short, throw to first. Is going to be off the bag, and now trailing off of third and heading home. He's going to be in a rundown, throw to the plate. He's got it tied. Rutgers-Newark, they steal a run on a miscue by the Scarlet Raptors, and we're tied at 2. So what would have been a 6-3 play, it trailed Romand off the bag. First pitch, downstairs to Alvarez. So Bass drives in that second run, and it's 2-2. Throw back to first, nothing doing. So Rutgers-Newark immediately mirrored what Rutgers-Camden did in the bottom of the third, and now we're all tied up at 2. So a good start so far. Strike. Oh, dropping the ball. Strike. And I think way out of of his rhythm as Casper. He, well, first of all, he dropped the ball, and then on 2 strikes, he walked back to the dugout thinking that it was strike 3. So
I was wondering what he was
I think everybody was confused there, but here's the 1-2 from Casper. Oh, and this time he drops the ball. He almost made an incredible play, but he's able to rebound. That ball, just like Marcus James had earlier in the ball game, this time he didn't catch it, but he still records the out. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Rutgers-Newark ties this game at 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Evan Carbone leading it off for Rutgers-Camden. We'll take a look at the trivia time. The question was, since 1998, how many of the 30 MLB ballparks were built before 1998, so 25 years ago? It was either 8 out of 30, 19 out of 30, 10 out of 30, or 12 out of 30, and we'll reveal the answer. And it is, do we have it up? So it was 12 out of 30. We'll go back to the main screen so that you can see the play unfiltered. And the 0-1 to Carbone is swinging and a miss.
Let's work.
Yeah, I believe that there's a good amount, there's a big difference between those that were built in like 1910 versus the ones that were built in like 1990. Just because you have like Fenway and Wrigley, and then you have like the White Sox Stadium, which was 91. I did not include Chase Field in Arizona because that was built in 98. A couple others were close though. Here's a ground ball, first base side by Carbone, and a 3 unassisted. Alvarez picks it up with ease, 1 away.
Number 28, Scarlet with
Here's Bonifiglia. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. To Bonifiglia and Tonicello on deck for the Scarlet Raptors. Swing and a miss. So James strikes out Bonifiglia, and this brings up Giacomo and Tonicello. That was actually the first strikeout for Marcus James here in the 4th. First pitch is a strike. Yeah, off the top of my head, 12 that were built before 98, or 25 years ago, were Baltimore's Camden Yards was 92, Fenway's Fenway Park, that was 1912, as here's a fly ball deep out towards the 378 sign. and it is caught out there by Connor Bax, and the inning is over. So a deep fly ball to left, and Marcus James takes care of business pretty soundly. Still tied after 4, 2-2. Here's Aiden Sheehan in the top of the 5th. It's been a slow, maybe not a slow-moving ball game because we're already in the top of the 5th, but it's 1-0 to Sheehan. 9-1-2 due up for the Scarlet Raiders in the black and red. Well, I realize both teams are in black and red, but Rutgers-Camden paying a bit of homage to the St. Louis Cardinals with their logos. Of course, no longer the Cardinals. I believe they were called something similar back in the day, but here's the fly ball center field, base hit Sheehan. Just like the Rutgers-Camden dugout proclaims, that is nice barrel about it, Sheehan. There's Gilroy Prial. Little hit here with a runner on and nobody out after a leadoff single by Sheehan, wasting no time. Throw back to first, nothing doing. First pitch to Prial. He's going to bunt, but it hit him. Oh, geez.
It hit him when he went to bunt.
It did. But they also, they called it off. Because I think, because he was in the box. I mean, you have to be in the box when you're bunting, but...
I think he was in the motion of bunting.
Right. You see it happen a lot of times in softball where there's violations of that, because in softball a lot of hitters get a running start when they're hitting. So it's easy to see them get out of the box that way. Here's a ground ball to third. Nice play. Throw in time. That's where to thwart the bunt. And that brings up Eric Recchia. Yeah, so nice sacrifice bunt there by, Gilroy Prowl. I don't know why I can't remember anybody's names.
It's your first time seeing these guys.
I know, but it's my job to do more research than an hour and a half. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball foul over towards the Rutgers-Newark dugout. Recchia and then Michael Weinbell, who's gotten on base both times today, as that one's inside, 1-1. Eric Recchia out of Randolph High School, sophomore righty, 6'2", and a sophomore here at the university, which would make him class of 2025. There's a strike. On the inside corner, painted it. like Jackson Pollock. It's 1 and 2. Call the stride. Beautiful pitch on the inside corner to set down Recchia, and this brings up Michael Weinbell. Third strikeout for John Casper, and this brings up Weinbell. Runner on second, which will be the go-ahead run for Rutgers-Camden, and there's a strike on one. Like I said, this was a great day, maybe not weather-wise, but competition-wise, to have, you know, our first DWB broadcast of Rutgers-Camden, because these aren't two Joe Schmo teams. These are two very accomplished teams that have both worked their way to have the great seasons that they've been having. Like I said, even though Rutgers-Camden has the better, Rutgers-Newark has the better record on paper, that doesn't mean that these guys aren't exactly going to bow down to one another. They're going to battle it out until the bitter end. These two teams are teams that can focus on not hitting the ball out of the yard. You know, there's been a couple that have been close. I know Armando Alvarez hit one halfway up the wall, but there's a swing and a miss. John Casper's loving it. He is loving it, staring down the Scarlet Raiders. We remain tied going to the bottom of the fifth, halfway home here in Camden, 2-2.
Right now.
Bottom of the fifth here from Rutgers-Camden and the Camden Athletic Field right on the waterfront. What a beautiful scene. There is the Walt Whitman Bridge taking you over to Philadelphia. I'm sure many folks are taking the bridge over to Philadelphia for the Phillies home opener, which started at 4 o'clock. I heard last check that they are winning, but that knowing the Phillies may have changed.
That's the bench warning for unsportsmanlike.
Oh. A bench warning to Rutgers-Camden for unsportsmanlike conduct, so they may have to... Yeah, something may have gotten out of hand. I'm not sure, but I mean, both dugouts have been pretty loud today. But it seemed more just like cheering on their own team. I'm not sure. So 1-0. So that makes it interesting. Oh my goodness, program flew out of my hand.
Phillies still winning 2-1.
Gotcha. Over Cincinnati, yes, it's 1-1. To Jacob Watson.
They're in the 6th inning already.
Yeah, they're moving fast. They're in the 6th inning already? Well, this game started a half hour before. Here's a ground ball foul. That pitch clock really doing wonders, I tell you. I think in college baseball, a lot of pitchers just naturally work fast because that's what they were taught.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what was driven into their muscle memory. That's why, like the high school game at Haddonfield, here's a ground ball out to second base. Throw towards Alvarez at first is in time on the scoop, and there's one away. I mean, the Audubon game versus Haddonfield yesterday was just over 2 hours. It might have even been under 2 hours. And the game versus Paulsboro was 20 minutes longer, but 2 less innings were played.
Yeah.
So
I think the people that were already in the system before they changed the rule are going to have the hardest time.
oh yeah.
But then going forward, everybody's doing it that way.
Especially the old heads, you know, like we've seen as first pitch to Vasquez is a line drive that will be caught at short, and there's 2 away. So very quickly now, Rutgers-Camden down here with 2 down, and this brings up Andrew Brown. Like Aaron Nola is a pitcher that works really slow, and he has suffered mightily because of the pitch clock.
Yeah, he was one I was thinking about. He's really got to change.
Yeah.
That messes you up.
And it messes up his rhythm, and he's walking a lot
They
of
don't like
guys, he's
change.
giving up a lot of runs, and I mean, when you're making $20 million a year, would you want your paycheck reduced to $10 million?
No,
You know?
no,
So
I really don't think pitchers like to change.
I think that some do and some don't, but they're on the most extreme of spectrums. You know,
Yeah.
Max Scherzer loves the rule. He loves the rule. He said that it gives pitchers power.
Yeah.
You know, like it gives them control of the game. But some that work slower just like to work slower. That one is in the dirt and to the backstop to our right, and it's 2-1. I don't think you're moving from that chair anytime soon.
I'm frozen to the chair.
I thought this would be a lot warmer, but
Without the sun, it's just freezing.
it wasn't even.
82 yesterday.
Yeah, 82 degrees yesterday. 2-1 to Andrew Brown. It's a ground ball out to short. And a 1-2-3 inning. Marcus James continuing to wheel and deal. 2-2 going to the bottom of the 5th. Or excuse me, going to the top of the 6th. Robert Gonzalez leading off the top of the 6th for Rutgers-Newark. The first pitch to Gonzalez is a ball. 1-0. You know, what I think helps Rutgers-Camden at home is that when you're at Rutgers-Newark, you're at a lot more equal of a ballpark when it comes to environmental conditions. But at Rutgers-Camden, by the way, count is 3-1 to Gonzales. What's interesting about Rutgers-Camden is that you're right on the riverfront. So the wind, the gales from the water really don't help. Like, that could have been a home run in Newark, but instead it's just a shallow fly ball to center. And there's one away.
And you've got weird noises from the trains going by.
Yeah.
If you're not used to that.
Yeah. It's a noisy ballpark, either from the fans or from the cars around you. I mean, you know, the view out there in center field with the Walt Whitman Bridge, it's unlike anything you'll ever see, really. Even when I was attending Camden River Sharks games as a kid, ground ball foul. Like, this is just, it's so different compared to what I'm used to. Like, I just remember sitting in the stands when I was a little kid. It's bringing back the old memories of those River Sharks games.
We had lots of fun.
Line shot out to second, sliding stop. Vasquez go to first, is on a hopping in time. 2 down. This brings up Matthew Ripkema. The inning were to continue after this, Connor Bax, who tied the game back in the 4th with a 2-run double, would bat next for the Scarlet Raiders. But 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Moving along quite nicely here from the Camden Athletic Field. There's a strike. Keep in mind, tomorrow at 11 a.m., the Paul 6 Eagles will face the Audubon Green Wave at 11 a.m. from Hank Greenberg Field. So if you're watching from the Audubon community, there's a line drive, base hit. So Rutgers-Newark gets a runner on to bring up Bax. Strike 1. On deck would be Alvarez for the Scarlet Raiders. There's a ground ball right back to the mound, and he'll take it to first himself. Inning over. They strand a runner on first, and we are still tied here going to the bottom of the 6th, 2-2. Bottom of the 6th from Rutgers-Camden. And Jack Murphy is the first to hit for the Scarlet Raptors in the bottom half of the 6th. It's been a game of doubles, several on each side. However, the most consequential ones were by Frankie Romand in the bottom of the 3rd. As here's a pop-up out towards left. Now trailing in with the wind, it's going to go right through the infield, and it is caught by Ripkema. There is one down, and this brings up Frankie Romand, the guy who we were talking about. So Murphy is retired. I'm mean, again, those winds from the river coming in here, like that is what I'm talking about. Where Ripkema backed up to several feet beyond the infield dirt, and then had to backtrack and run all the way up to around the middle of the infield to make that catch. It's 0-1 to Roman, and then Augie Uzdanovich as it's outside. 1-1.
At this point, your producers are popsicle.
Yeah. I don't know, you're wearing a red jacket, so cherry flavored?
Yeah, cherry flavor.
You put up the hood, put down the hood, it's like a push pop. Outside, it's 2-1. Never was too fond of push pops. Too sour for me.
Too messy.
Too messy, yeah. It was like you're eating lipstick.
Although, if you give me a good snow cone, I don't care how much I feel. I
2-1.
could use a hot chocolate.
There's probably a Wawa around here. You can get a hot chocolate. It's 2-2. Ooh. 2-2. Swinging a line shot. Whoa! Armando Alvarez continuing the web gems. There's 2 down. And here is Augie Uzdanovich.
Augie Uzdanovich.
So 2 down, bottom of the 6th. No action on the base paths, and Uzdanovich on the first pitch pops it up out towards second base. Again, those winds coming into play, making the catch to retire the side. Still scoreless through 6. Got 3 more in regulation to play. Going to the top of the 7th, 2-2. Tape-delayed broadcast of NJAC baseball here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting between the Rutgers-Newark Scarlet Raiders and the Rutgers-Camden Scarlet Raptors. At the dish is Armando Alvarez, who made an amazing web jam at first base to retire Frankie Roman earlier in the inning. And the 0-2, Casper still wheeling and dealing. He misses on that one, though, and it's 1-2. It'll be Alvarez, Sheehan, and Gilroy Preal going to the top of the order. So 8, 9, and 1 for the Rutgers-Newark club. That one's outside. For John Casper, he has been doing great. Only that 2-run double by Connor Rash, and there's a base hit to left. So getting the inning started is Alvarez. And now here is Aiden Sheehan. 5'9" freshman catcher. Again, originally was going to be John Rosado, the sophomore out of Elizabeth, New Jersey, but he was scratched from the lineup late, because I took a picture of the starting lineup 15 minutes before the start of the game, and it was a very, very late scratch, so must have been some sort of unbeknownst injury. Throwback to first, not in time. First pitch, runners go, and he pulls back on the bunt. Throw down is not in time. Not in time. Close play at second base. It looked like when he was diving in there to try to make the play, that would be Giacomo Antonicello. He was a little bit off, so he had to adjust his position after he got the baseball, and that might have been what decided whether he was safe or out. So now Rutgers-Newark with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. 1-0 to Sheehan. And he'll step off. Casper staring down his catcher Carbone, and the 1-0 runner on second for the Scarlet Raiders. Sheehan shows bunt, grounds it back to the mound, picked up on a couple hops, throw to first, and ducking down for it. Look at that by Frankie Roman. That was an amazing high IQ play there to duck down, because he knew that Vasquez, the second baseman, was going to be covering the bag, so he wanted to be out of the way and out of sight, out of mind. Here's Preal. So Alvarez now moves to third. Now time is called. Casper and Carbone are going to talk it out here. It'll be Preal and then Eric Recchia here, as the entire infield is going to talk it out. And I believe, yeah, Kulik's going to come out here, so I think this may mark the end of John Casper's day. Day is done for John Casper, and now a right-handed relief pitcher coming in for Rutgers-Camden. So Casper is out of the ball game, gets a nice ovation from the crowd here at the Camden Athletic Fields. And now new pitcher for the Rutgers-Camden club should be Jacob Brennan, it looks like, number 32. So we'll go to break. We'll be right back after this pitching change presented by Pearlie's Printing for Rutgers-Camden.
I can only stand so long and so short.
No worries. Top of the seventh, Rutgers-Camden in a little bit of trouble, so they called it a bullpen. After John Casper got through 6 1/3, it is now the left-hander Jacob Brennan, senior left-hander out of Laurel Springs, New Jersey. Went to St. Joseph's Hamilton and was part of the Wildcats ball club. Go on Green Wave, play the Wildcats on April 29th as part of the Thank You Classic. Here's a back towards the mound, and what a play! What a play by Jacob Brennan to not touch the baseball. It looked like that for sure would have been a run, but it was trailing the other way. They let it roll foul. So great. This has been very, very intelligent defense by Rutgers-Camden. Whether it was Frankie Romand or Jacob Brennan, I mean, when you're a senior in college, you should know all the ins and outs of the game by that point. But that was a great play to just not touch the baseball. The 0-1. Infield in, fly ball, fly away, deep left. This is going to bring home a run, and Rutgers-Newark is going to lead. Here comes the throw down. It is not in time, no contest, and a smooth slide to Bood, and it is 3-2, Scarlet Raiders.
Let's go. Good job, man. Good job.
So Jacob Brennan now facing Eric Recchi after the fly ball by Preal. 0-1. Look at that. Great side of Philadelphia. Upstairs. Might be a lot of folks on that train headed home early from the Phillies game. I don't know if they're still winning or losing at this point, but since the broadcast isn't live, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. 1-1. Ground ball foul on the breaking ball by Brennan, and it's 1-2. Recchi, and then Weinbell is next. 2-2. There's been a couple of these this year for Rutgers-Camden where they play a game on the road on Thursday and a game at home versus the same team the following day, kind of like a home and home. There's a swing and a miss. And Sided's retired. Jacob Brennan comes in, gives up a sacrifice fly, but it will not count towards him. It will count towards John Casper's record. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here in Rutgers-Camden, 3-2. Scarlet Raiders over the Scarlet Raptors. We'll go to break.
Down bottom number 34, Evan Carbo.
Bottom of the 7th. Everyone has stretched and gotten their muscles a little bit looser. Here's Evan Carbone, first hitter for Rutgers-Camden here in the bottom of the 7th. Scarlet Raptors down by 1 after a sac fly by Rutgers-Newark's number 6, Gilroy Preal, brought in a run. Brought in Alvarez, and for the first time since the 4th, we have offense. It's 0-1 to Carbone. He will bunt, and it's foul. But what I was saying earlier about the effect of the river winds coming in on the stadium, it kind of reminds me of, you might remember when we were in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
We went to AT&T Park, the home of the Giants, right? And the weird thing was that it was the second week of August. And here's the ground ball foul. It was the second week of August, and it was 64 degrees and windy, but it felt much worse than 64.
Yeah.
Everyone in that ballpark, despite it being the second week of August, except for me, was wearing like snow boots, parkas, you know, like jackets, blazers, everything. They brought the whole 9 yards. It's outside, 1 and 2. But that was one of the weirdest experiences I ever saw, because I saw on the radar it was 64 degrees, and I was like, great, you know, I get to wear shorts, and I wore shorts to the ballpark. That was my biggest mistake. Ground ball back up the middle, out towards short, and it's in time. Nice way to recover there at first, and there's one away. This brings up Chris Bonifaglia. Excuse me, Chris Bonifaglia, excuse me. So 6-3 on that one, and this brings up Bonifaglia. Como and Tonicello do up, and there's a strike. 0-1. Bonifaglia 0 for 2 in the ball game, and that's a plunker. That is a plunker. Got him right in the buttocks, and he gets to first base. No better way to describe it. Look.
You'll get it in the end.
Yeah.
You've got only the best writers, Phil's projects.
Here goes Bonifaglia down to second base. He is safe, and the throw skips away on the throw down, but it doesn't stray too far from its destination, and it's 1-0. So stolen base by Bonifaglia, and here comes Connor Cortman. He will come out to talk to his man, Marcus James, who so far has gone 6 1/3. Keep in mind, folks, the schedule for Easter week on Saturday at 11 a.m. Hall 6 plays Audubon High School, and we'll be broadcasting that game as part of the Audubon Green Wave's full season. It'll be a fun one. And of course, Easter Sunday, and then on Monday, April 10th, will be Woodstown and Pittman from Alcyon Park. That'll be a fun one between the reigning Group 1 champions in New Jersey, the Woodstown Wolverines, and the Pittman Panthers. Tuesday, April 11th is West Deptford and Audubon from Hank Greenberg Field. Wednesday is Audubon and Delran softball, 10 a.m. Rise and shine for that one. And it's 0-1 to Giacomo and Tonicello. And Tonicello takes a strike. Bonifaglia is hit by pitch was the first time anybody in the 6 through 9 batting positions got on base. Everybody else was on a huge offer. Oh, he's got to throw back to second, and he doesn't get him. Carbone's 0 for 3. Bonifaglia was 0 for 2, but got that hit by pitch. And Antonicello 0 for 2. Uzdanovich, all with 3 flyouts. He's 0 for 3. All of the hits today have been in positions 2 through 5 in the order. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Check swing. He'll go down to first, but they'll throw to third. He doesn't get him. And a huge mistake by Rutgers-Newark. I mean, I understand why they would do that, but you have to... The fundamental of a drop third strike is that you have to throw to first. And they didn't do that. So Marcus James still working out there now with runners on the bases. And now here's Jacob Watson again for the 4th time. 0 for 3 today. Throw back to first, nothing doing. Watson with an offer. He's a freshman out of Delsey Regional, out of Elk Township, New Jersey. shows bunt, but now goes back and stranding all the way off the bag at third was Bonifiglia. Bonifiglia on third and Tonicello on first. But that's a fundamental of baseball right there. If you have a drop third strike, you got to throw the ball to first. Even if the guy's breaking for third, guess what? You got one out. You can deal with it on a ground ball. We'll throw back to first again. Remember, Rutgers-Camden earlier in the ball game got an unsportsmanlike warning. Home plate umpire. For what reason, I'm not sure. But you want to?
We don't know what they said.
We don't know what they said. Oh, pump fake in the throw is Sheehan, and that's a free base. Free base for Antonicello, and now it's 2-0. Popped up. This one's out of play. And out onto the track out there. After this would be Danny Vasquez, who's got 2 singles and has scored. Got all the way to third his first time up and got home in the third. Struck out in the fifth. 2 for 3. Watson with an offer. 2-1. Grounder foul. And into the Rutgers-Camden dugout. Shield your heads. It's 2-2. 2 runners in scoring position for Rutgers-Camden. They're down by 1. They really look to capitalize here. Get themselves a run. If not 2, if not 3. Looking to tie the game here. 2-strike count. Marcus James in a jam. And that's outside. Beautiful frame by Chris Sheehan. Just couldn't get it to fall. Excuse me, 8-2. Count is full. Watson versus Marcus James. Infield in all along the grass for the Scarlet Raiders of Rutgers-Newark. Everybody in the RUC dugout on their feet. Ball 4, bases loaded. And there's no more room at the end as the bases are loaded for Danny Vasquez, the sophomore. Everyone in that RUC dugout on their feet. Nobody is in a single chair. As on third is Chris Bonifiglia, second is Giacomo Antonicello, and on first is Jacob Watson, who is going to reach first for the first time today. Marcus James in a huge battle here. Here's a line drive. Caught at second base. They're going to throw to first, and it is in time. A double play, an incredible play, and the inning is over. Oh my goodness. A leaping catch at second base, and the throwback to first is a double play that leaves the Scarlet Raptors stranded. All 3. And it's 3-2 going to the 8th. What a play by Rutgers-Newark. Although it hurts if you're a Scarlet Raptors fan. We'll go to break. 3-2. Well, I think this crowd is still in a little bit of shock here as we go to the 8th, as an incredible double play by the second baseman, Michael Weinbell. As as we remain 3-2, it looked almost certain that Rutgers-Camden would get themselves at least one run to tie the game, but that was not the case. They were denied by the strong arm over there at second to force a double play. First batter is Michael Weinbell, and is fouled back. It's 1-1. I mean, I'd imagine he'd be still a little shocked too. Made the catch and then made an incredible throw to first. Line shot, base hit, so Weinbell continuing to carry this game on his back. He's got another hit, and also, again, those web gems over at second base. He has absolutely been on fire. You would have thought the cold weather would have taken out all fires, but guess what? He's still got it. So runner on first now for the Scarlet Raiders as it's 3-2. Weinbell with his second single of the day would make him 2 for 3. Had a single in the first, walk in the fourth, struck out in the fifth, and now with a single here in the top of the eighth. So here's Gonzalez. 1 for 3. Ground out, fly out, and a single in the fourth. Fly ball rocketed to center field. But again, those river winds not really gonna help the case any, as it's a can of corn to center field taken in by Uzdanovic, and there's one away for Paul Recchia. Runner on first, one down for Rutgers-Newark. So I was told that JT Realmuto had a go-ahead home run for the Phillies on their home opener. 4-2. Phillies lead bottom of the seventh.
And there's still only one out with the man on first, so we got a chance to grow the lead.
I told you the season isn't lost.
It's only been a couple games.
It's only been a couple. Well, I mean, people will waste no time hitting a panic button that's sitting right in front of them, because the Phillies are used to, having rough starts.
Yeah.
They've never had a smooth start to the season.
No, we didn't even have a smooth season last year, but we made it to the World Series.
Yeah. It's 2-0. The Phillies season's got more holes and bumps in it than School Expressway. I mean, it's a rocky road. It is. But just like any baseball season, there's, peaks and valleys, levees and hills. They're all, you all got to work for it. You can't just cruise your way to victory. It's 2-1. Oh, look at this. He's going down to second base. Got him caught, but he is out. Looked like his hand might have been under the tag, but as the call at second base shows, he is out. So the bases are wiped clean, and now with 2 away, Recchia is ahead in the count, 2-1 versus Jacob Brennan. 2-1. Strike 2. Count is even. 2-2. 2 outs. We're in the top of the eighth. Foul back right side out towards the light poles. I was about to say that one's headed for Philly, and then I realized that there's literally a giant landmark right in front of me telling me, no, that's not how you get to Philly. Let's say that's headed towards Gloucester City. There you go. The count is full. To Recchia, if this inning were to continue, Matthew Ripken, would be on deck for the Scarlet Raiders of Rutgers-Newark. Fouled back again, off the netting. We have games on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting every day this week except for Friday, the 14th. There's ball 4. So Recchia walks.
He worked for that one.
He really did. Was down in the count 0-2 and then battled back. There's Matthew Rakima. Next up will be Connor Batch for the Scarlet Raiders. First pitch is inside and called a strike. 0-1. Rutgers-Newark up 3-2 when almost about to go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Jacob Brennan. 0-1. Line shot center field. This one's carrying, but a can of corn for Uzdanovich, and he makes a catch. Inning over. Scoreboard reads itself. Oh, nope, never mind. We can't read it. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-2. Rutgers-Newark on top. Bottom of the 8th, I gotta say, after looking at the box score yesterday and seeing that it was 8-1 Rutgers-Newark, I was a little bit discouraged about this game, and I thought it would have just been another blowout. But guess what? This has been one of the best games I've broadcasted all year. 3-2. This has been a defensive game. No homers, no triples, just singles, doubles, and walks. Even only one hit by pitch, and that would have gone to Chris Bonifiglia of Rutgers-Camden. First pitch to Andrew Brown, the first hitter for the Scarlet Raptors. Makes it 1-0. Strike two. Nervous. 1-1. Line shot center field. That one will fall for a base hit. It'll fall in front of Prial, and that puts a runner on in the bottom of the 8th. It ain't over till it's over. I mean, it's not even over now because it's the bottom of the 8th, but still. Games like this are why I love baseball so much. It's never over until it's over. Even with that sac fly in the top of the 7th, it never seemed to really knock the wind out of the sails of anybody on the Rutgers-Camden team because they still got 2 runners on. They still loaded the bases at the bottom of the 7th. They looked like they were about to take the lead or at least tie it, but then that incredible play at second base by Weinbell just absolutely knocked the wind out of the sails of any momentum that they had. However, it seems like those sails have been patched up and ready to fly again. It's 1-0 to Jack Murphy. Again, Brown, Murphy, and Romand. It's a bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Outside. Sheehan checks down to first, but no throw. 2-0. Yeah, going over the schedule this week for DWB, PVI and Audubon on Saturday. No games on Sunday due to Easter. There is Monday, Woodstown and Pittman. Tuesday is West Deptford and Audubon. Wednesday is Delran and Audubon softball in Delran. Thursday is Audubon and Haddon Heights baseball. And then Friday is open. Saturday and Sunday, the 15th and 16th, are the Ralph Shaw tournament. Bishop Eustace and Kingsway to start, and then Cinnaminson and Audubon, the consolation and championship games will be on Sunday, the 16th. 3-0 count. Here's a compensation strike. 3-1. at first. Go ahead, run at the plate. Fouled back. Great crowd on hand here on a crisp and cloudy Friday afternoon here on Good Friday. Happy Good Friday to those who observe. Full count. Murphy and the payoff. And that one is fouled off of Sheehan's mask, but Sheehan is unfazed. They got to have some really good foam kind of protection in those catcher's masks, because when that foul ball hits you, that would have rattled me. That would have knocked me down. That's a great amount of mental strength to stay up and not even be flinched by the foul ball coming at your face. That's a plunker. So Murphy worked the count full and now pays the price for it.
Frankie Roman.
Rub some ice on it. And now Marcus James still out there. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. I mean, he's worked the game pretty quickly so far. I mean, throughout all of this, he has not had a lot of full counts. Now, he did give up the 2 runs in the 4th and loaded the bases in the 7th, but relatively those at-bats were either very quick or, didn't take too long. So the fact that he's still in the game with 2 runners on and nobody out, I don't see the play calling. I mean, unless they do seem to have arms ready down the left field line. Our camera can't really show it that well, but there looks to be 2 pitchers warming up for Rutgers-Newark. But they're not even in their jerseys. They just look like they're stretching and tossing. So the count is 1-1. Andrew Brown on second base for Rutgers-Camden. Jack Murphy on first after a hit by pitch. Infield in. They're going to throw back to second, and the ball skips away. Keeping it calm, cool, and collected, though, as Brown almost got hit by the throw. On deck after Frankie Roman would be Augie Uzdanovich. Rutgers-Camden clapping it up. This is just like the 7th inning all over again. The question is, here we go, there's a bunt. Third base side and foul. 1-2. Remember, Aiden Sheehan earlier in the ball game was retired on a bunt that went foul on 2 strikes. But I don't know. I mean, Roman had a 2 RBI double in the 3rd. He's responsible for every run that Rutgers-Camden has put up today. And he might do it again. Here's a fly ball out to right. It is playable and caught. Catching and tagging is Brown. Brown goes to 3rd, and now with 1 away, the runners stand on the corner. So here's Uzdanovich. Runners on first and 3rd, and now Rutgers-Camden, again with 2 arms warming up for Rutgers-Newark. No action in the pen for the Scarlet Raptors and RUC. First pitch to Augie. He's going to show bunt. It's going to hit off his bat. It hit his bat twice. It hit his bat twice. That's what happened, I think, at least. Yeah, I think it looked like it bounced straight up and it hit his bat twice. I can't say I've seen that every day, but it makes more sense than you would think. He's going to try it again. Pulls back and it's a strike. 0-2. Augie didn't seem like he loved the call that much. Runners on the corners. Brown on 3rd. Murphy on 2nd. Rutgers-Camden looking to split the home and home between Thursday and today here in Camden. 0-2, a very slow throwback by Marcus James. It's 0-2. Oh boy. It'd be huge if Uzdanovich could at least tie the game for Rutgers-Camden. 0-2. Ground ball out to second. This is going to tie the game on an RBI ground out. It's 3-3. And there may have been a collision over at second base because sliding in with Roman, and he might have gotten a piece of Rutgers-Newark's shortstop there. Evan Carbone will be the batter, but it looked like, from what I saw, it looks like Ripkema will be all right, but just may have been a late slide. Here's Evan Carbone, tie game at 3 after the RBI ground out by Uzdanovich. But really, that's all you need. Strike one. So Brown scored. On second is Murphy. Check swing, and it's a swing and a miss. 0-2. Basically went like 80% around. 3-3. The battle of the Scarlets. Newark and Camden. Here we go. 0-2 to Evan Carbone. And a little tapper out towards third. It's a fair ball. Throw the first is in time. Close play, but it counts the same. Augie Uzdanovich ties up the game with an RBI ground out, and we go to the 9th, 3-3. In the words of my father, who's also a sports broadcaster, somebody will win in their last at bat. 3-3 going to the 9th here from Rutgers-Camden. Here is Gavin Cunard. He's the freshman from Clearview Regional, who may be the closest embodiment to me as a ball player. Walks out to a Slipknot song, long hair, don't care. Gavin Cunard here in the top of the 9th in a situation where it will be best to care and not to care. But Gavin Cunard coming in here multiple times was he NJAC's Rookie of the Week, and Evan Carbone coming out now to catch him as the rookie right-hander will hurl some gas 60 feet down the home plate as, oh boy, what a game this has been after what looked like it could have been anybody's game. I mean, it really has been anybody's game for ever since the first pitch. So you never know. The first 3 batters in the bottom half when Rutgers-Camden gets to bat will be Chris Montifiglia, Giacomo Antonicello, and Jacob Watson. But first things first is going to be number 41, Connor Bash. So it'll be Bash, Alvarez, and Aiden Sheehan.
Phillies are up 5-2 now.
Gotcha. What inning? Time is called. Oh, I see. Rutgers-Newark was warming up down the left field line because there's really no bullpens, no proper bullpens out here. Or, no, there is. They're just on the field. But I think the ball got away from the bullpen catcher. That one is outside. 1-0. So it'll be Bash, Alvarez, and Sheehan. 7, 8, and 9, which may be the best case scenario for Rutgers-Camden if they want to go home with a victory. It's 1-1. But in all fairness, Rutgers-Camden is leading off the bottom of the ninth with 8, 9, and 1, so it's probably not much better. We could have free baseball today. I don't know. That one is down low. It's a ground ball to third. Throw to first. Is dropped. It's dropped by Romand. An E3 on that one. And that is the kind of play that changes a game. An E3 by Romand. We were talking about the fielding. That is the first error of the ball game, at least on my scorecard. And there's going to be a pinch runner here. So no more Connor Bash. Instead, it is... Okay, so we're going to have a pinch hitter and a pinch runner. As there is number 22. First pitch from Cunard. He's going to show bunt. Nothing doing there. Pinch hitter is Dario Morales, the sophomore lefty out of Hasbrook Heights. Runner at first is number 22, Reed Duffus, sophomore outfield out of Ramapo and Wyckoff, New Jersey. One 1-0 from Cunard, and a beautiful bunt, but it goes right back to the mound. They're going to get the out there. One away. Well, what a game for us to bring our equipment to. As now the sacrifice is negated, and this brings up Aiden Sheehan. 1 for 3 in the ballgame. So runner on first, instead of it being Morales, it is now, or excuse me, instead of being Duffus, now it's Dario Morales. One. Here's a line drive center field. Uzdanovich is there. He makes the catch. 2 down. So Sheehan flies out the center. And now here is Preal. Strike one. So Preal back up. He is 0 for 4 today, but still has contributed. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th and a sac fly to left in the 7th. So he gave Rutgers-Newark the lead. And it looked like a lead that they were going to hold on to for the longest time. As there's a fly ball out to right. This one could split the gap. And it's over the head. It's over the head of Watson. Here comes around third. Coming home is Morales to throw on a couple hops. Is it in time? It is in time! Can you believe it? Watson with a perfectly placed throw from right on a couple hops. Carbone applied the tag. Take a breath. Take a bow. It's 3-3 going to the bottom of the 9th. What a game here in Rutgers-Camden. Bottom of the ninth, 3-3 game. Rutgers-Newark and Rutgers-Camden in a battle for the ages. Yesterday was not one of those, as it was 8-1 Rutgers-Newark, but the Scarlet Raptors have turned it around and have made this thing a party. 3-3, Jacob Watson with an incredible throw from right field, throwing out the runner from third, Morales, as it would have been a 4-3 Scarlet Raiders game. And the new pitcher for Rutgers-Newark is number 5, Denny Furcal. First batter will be Chris Bonifiglia inside. Umpire's mask is off. Oh, never mind. Tried to let something out. Denny Furcal, freshman lefty out of Jersey City and the Infinity Institute. Facing Chris Bonifiglia, the 8-9-1, Bonifiglia and Tonicello, and Jacob Watson. Strike one. Count is even. 1-1. Bonifiglia 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch in the 7th and got all the way to third base before being stranded on a web gem by Michael Wembley. 1-2. I'm an antsy man, I gotta say. I haven't sat down since the 7th. 1-2. Furcal misses inside at the knees. 2-2. Probably below the knees, if I'm being honest. Rutgers-Camden, they're loving it. They're loving it. 2-2. Oh, what a curveball. He got a piece of it, though. Got the most minuscule piece that you could possibly imagine. Just barely got the bat to the baseball. Here we go. 2-2. From the lefty freshman for Cal. Breaking ball misses away. 3-2. Holy goodness. Payoff pitch for Cal. Stares down his catcher's sheet hand. Grounder foul. He stays alive. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Bonifiglia, native of Marlton and a graduate of Cherokee, swings and misses, 1 down. A strikeout swinging, first strikeout of the outing for Furcal. This brings up Giacomo and Tonicello. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Seems like that curveball is working against Rutgers-Camden because Marcus James threw a lot of fastballs. Fastballs and changeups. That curveball, and he threw it again. It's 1-1. Seems like for these Rutgers-Camden guys, they're used to the fastball, and that's what worked versus Marcus James. But now, fresh face in the game, guy that they really haven't seen much of before. Outside, 2-1. Guy with a different type of pitch. I mean, if Marcus James threw 60% curveballs, then they would have shelled this guy already. But because he's got a new pitch that is foreign to them in this game, you know, that's something that you have to consider. It's 2-2. 2-2 to Tonicello. He's the 9-hitter in the order. Jacob Watson on deck. If the inning were to continue after that, it would be Danny Vasquez, who is 2 for 4 today. Outside, count is full again, both batters that Furcal has faced have ran the count full versus him. Really haven't lifted the bats off those shoulders much. 3-2. And that fastball got him. And Tonicello started walking towards first. He thought it was ball 4, but a strikeout looking. 2 down.
Tried to sell it.
He tried to.
Now batting number 2, Jacob Watson.
2 down, and the leadoff man is up for Rutgers-Camden, who has been excellent on the defensive side of the ball, but however, has has had some struggles at the plate. He's 0 for 3, walked in the 7th, and there's upstairs. 1-0. If this game were to have free baseball, the next 3 would be Reinbell, Gonzalez, and Paul Recchia for Rutgers-Newark, as there's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1. Yes. Well, that's what they mean by free baseball.
I didn't know if everybody knew what they meant.
It's pretty common sense, I would say. That one's out towards the track, 1-2. Rutgers-Camden and Rutgers-Newark, these teams are so good that nobody knows who's going to win. This is a stark contrast from game 1 of this 2-game set. Outside, 2-2. Two and 2 to Watson. In the dirt. Watson looked like he was about to swing at it, but thought better. It's 3-2. Here's Vasquez. Full count. Outside, and this time it's a walk. All 3 men that have come up to the plate for Rutgers-Camden have reached, or have gotten full counts, but Watson is the first to reach. Second walk today for Watson. Here's Danny Vasquez. Singled in the 1st and got the 3rd base, singled in the 3rd and scored, struck out in the 5th, and lined into a very unfortunate double play in the 7th. Very slow throw over to 1st by Vercal. You know, I wonder if he was throwing slowly to maybe solicit a rundown of some sorts, but the first pitch, no, he's going to throw over again. Second time was not the charm. Vasquez reaches. Andrew Brown is next for the Scarlet Raptors. What a game. What a day. He shows bunt, but gets back upstairs, and they throw behind the runner. Can't get him. That's a move generally discouraged in high school, but if you're a catcher who knows what he's doing and knows that he's not going to make a bad throw, you got to have that confidence in you to say, hey, I got to make this play. 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0.
Phillies just won 5-2.
Phillies just won. So the game started a half hour later and then finished before this game ended.
Yeah.
I mean, start time was 3:30. We've been running for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Throw back to first. No. You know, I think Morales tried to sell that as a ball that got away from him because it looked like he started running the other way. I've seen that a couple times. Miguel Cabrera did that once. Joey Votto, the smart first baseman in the game. 2-0. Another throw. At this point, Denny Vercal's going to have more throws at first base, and he's going to have throws at home plate. But that's what happens. Like I said, the first 3 batters of this inning all had their counts run full, and it's now 2-0. Vasquez runs, pulls back a bunt. Here comes the throwback to second, and it's not in time. It was a called strike on Vasquez, and it's 2-1. Oh, Nelly. So now Watson is 180 feet from scoring the winning run for the Scarlet Raptors. 2-1 to Danny Vasquez. Brown on deck for Rutgers-Camden. In the dirt. 3-1. It only takes one batter, you know. It only takes one batter to set the pitcher off his rhythm. That's exactly what happened here, although this very well could be the 4th straight batter to go full if he throws a strike on this pitch. Right here. That's ball 4. Vasquez with a good eye. And, oh no, it was a balk. It was not ball 4. They called a balk on Vercal. They said he had an improper motion. So the count is still 3-1. And although the ball was thrown, now Watson is at third after a balk. If that ends the game, I don't know what to say. You just hope he doesn't do it again if you're Rutgers-Newark. 3-1. Fly ball. Little pop up to center. And it is caught. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you wanted 9 innings of baseball? Well, guess what? You get more. We got extra baseball here in Rutgers-Camden. 3-3 going to the 10th inning. You paid for 9 innings at the entrance gate down the first base line, but guess what? That was not enough. 10 innings of baseball here today. First pitch is a strike by Gavin Cunard. He's back at it now to number 32, Paul Recchia. Or excuse me, Eric Recchia. He's 0 for 4 today. Next up will be Michael Weinbell, and then will be Robert Gonzalez. So 2, 3, and 4 for Rutgers-Newark. A little looper in on the hands, barehanded play, and it's gonna be off. The throw was short a little bit, and it sailed past the first baseman, so that'll be scored as an E6. But that was also a hard play to judge because the way he hit the ball, it was in on the hand, so it took a weird carom. Just an unfortunate situation all around. Here's Mike Weinbell. He's gonna show bunt with his hands way choked up on the bat. That's further than Joey Votto. It's 0-1. No action in either bullpen. Just laying it all out on the line here in the top of the 10th. Remember, no extra innings rule in college ball. There's been a couple college baseball games this year that went very long. There were, I believe there was a it was a Mississippi State game that went 17 innings back in March. I don't care that it's a bit warm in Mississippi in March. I couldn't sit through that. That's a foul ball. Not a great look off the bat, but it's 0-2. Again, it'll be Weinbell and then Gonzalez. After that will be Paul Recchia. Here in the 10th. Extra baseball. Outside. although that one was a pitch out. Carbone got out of the crouch there to attempt to throw down first, but eventually pump faked and didn't go. Got a piece of it, and it's foul out towards the on-deck circle. 1-2 count. To the Rutgers-Newark freshman out of Middletown High School. Throw to first, it's going to get away. Bad throw by Cunard. It's going to sit around at the bullpen, and stopping at second is going to be Recchia. So bad throw by Cunard on the pickoff attempt. That's going to be 2 errors over the course of 2 batters for Rutgers-Camden, an E6 and an E1. Runner on second. Nobody out. Top of the 10th here from the Camden Athletic Fields, formerly Campbell's Field at the Camden River Sharks. And there's a ground ball foul. Everybody's finding creative ways to keep themselves warm. As many layers as physically possible. See, they're like Weinbell right now. He's got short sleeves on. First baseman Roman's got short sleeves on. I guess the adrenaline of the game, that is a natural heater in of itself, you know?
Yeah, and they're moving around a lot more than we are.
Yeah, 1-2 foul back to the nets. His catcher, Evan Carbone. One and two. Cunard to Weinbell. Little tapper out towards Cunard. He's going to fake towards second, throw to first. This time the throw is on point. And there's one away for Robert Gonzalez. Baseball, it ain't over till it's over. And this almost feels like the extra innings rule. You know, you got a runner on second base. But the difference is that with Recchia being on second base, he actually earned that position. Wasn't a ghost runner or anything. Reached on an E6 and then advanced to second on an E1 by Cunard. Strike one. One. Gonzalez is 1 for 4 today. Ground out, 2 fly balls, and a single in the 4th. He advanced no further.
Hey, Rob!
One, two. Little ground ball, nice snag by Cunard. Throw to first is in time, and moving to third is going to be Recchia. So nice base running by Rutgers-Newark and nice defense by Rutgers-Camden. Here's Paul Recchia, 1 for 2 in the ball game, or excuse me, 1 for 3. A walk, a ground out, and a single. 2 outs. Runner on third, top of the 10th. Cunard in a tiny bit of a jam, but if he can force a grounder a strikeout or a fly ball that's playable at least, then he would get out of it going to the home half of the 10th. If this inning were to continue, Matthew Kima will be next. Strike one. My apologies. 1-1. Time is called and a very quick run out to the mound is Kulik. Are they going to make a mid-batter change? I don't know. I mean, look how quick of a visit this is going to be. I mean, with a 1-1 count, runner on third, you have to imagine some really intense strategy being talked over, whether it's defensive positioning or, you know, where you're going to put everybody.
Wake up, 20!
Gavin Cunard is set, facing Paul Recchia. Strike two. Rutgers-Camden loves it. Everybody getting up from their seats and up on the dugout wall. One strike away from stranding the Rutgers-Newark runner on third and sending us still tied going to the bottom of the 10th. And he does it. Strikeout, Gavin Cunard. And the inning is over. Everyone vacating the dugout to congratulate their freshman pitcher. He loves it, and so do we. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Free baseball continues 3-3. It's 11 a.m.
Up there?
Never mind. Where you go? Ball six. Bottom of the 10th, Andrew Brown at the dish after leaving a runner on third for Rutgers-Newark. Well, that's why he bats third. Andrew Brown ahead in the count, 1-0. Facing Denny Furcal, the freshman lefty. Both pitchers for both sides right now are freshmen. Furcal for Rutgers-Newark and Cunard for Rutgers-Camden. It's 1-1. Line shot out in the left, a base hit. Andrew Brown is aboard.
Come on, Murph!
And now only
Jack Murphy.
Jack Murphy. Jack Murphy. Here's Jack Murphy. Runner on first. The winning run. If Jack Murphy were to score, it would just be icing on the cake. Murphy shows bunt, and it's inside. Nobody breaks. Everybody stays where they're at. It's 1-0. So a single for Brown. Murphy shows bunt again. Throw down to first behind the runner. That's not the first time he's done that, but 0 for 2 so far. 0-1. Swing and a miss on that curveball. Like I said, even though I had questioned Rutgers-Newark's play calling when they left their starting pitcher in for as long as they did, you know, I had questioned why they left in Marcus James for that long. And there's a plunker. Murphy hit by a pitch for the second time today. And now Rutgers-Camden with a better than ever chance of winning the ball game. I mean, no matter who wins today, this has been one of the best games that I've watched all year. You know, two almost equally matched teams going against each other. 18-5 for Rutgers-Newark. If they were to lose, they'd fall to 18-6. Rutgers-Camden would improve to 15-8 if they were to win.
Definitely been a fun game.
It has been very fun. Frankie Romand at the dish. Romand shows bunt and it goes straight back. Romand is responsible for 2 of the 3 runs scored by Rutgers-Camden today. Had a 2-run double in the third, scoring Vasquez and Murphy. Now Brown on second, Murphy on first, and an 0-1 count to Romand. Sophomore first baseman from Rancocas Valley. And time is called on the mound. Again, count is still 0-1. To the mound, throw to first is in time, but it moves up the runners. So the sacrifice bunt works, and now everyone will be on their toes. Augie Uzdanovich will be at the dish. Murphy on second. On first is Brown, and Uzdanovich will be intentionally walked. Remember, in baseball, you do not need to throw the ball. You just have to get a signal from the dugout for an intentional walk. And now, Rutgers-Newark and their head coach, Connor Cortman, will meet and remove Denny Furcal from the game. With Evan Carbone up, we have a pitching change. Everybody take your breath. Bases are loaded. No more room at the inn in the bottom of the 10th. We got a pitching change. We'll be right back after this. Pitching change for Rutgers-Newark and potentially the most strenuous moment of the game. Oh boy, bases are loaded. No more room at the end. In the bottom of the 10th, new pitcher is Vince Taylor, the sophomore right-hander out of Ridge High School, out of Basking Ridge, New Jersey. The first batter will be Evan Carbone. Andrew Brown is on third. On second is Jack Murphy. And on first base is Augie Uzdanovich, who was intentionally walked. Brown singled, Murphy was hit by a pitch. Frankie Roman had a sacrifice bunt. And again, Uzdanovich was intentionally walked. First pitch is a strike. 0-1 to Carbone. With the bases loaded, Carbone would have to get out for this inning to continue, but if that were to be the case, Chris Bonafiglio will be next. Fly ball, deep left field, down the line. It is foul. By just a couple feet, it looks like, and it's 0-2. Fly ball, shallow, left field line. Brown makes the catch and nobody will tag. The inning stays alive.
Diego Salazar.
And the inning stays alive. Diego Salazar will be in to pinch hit here with 2 down in the 10th. So no more Bonafiglio. This now means that Diego Salazar, no at-bats prior to this one. He's a pinch hitter, but he could be the last hitter. If he pulls off a base hit here, he needs a single or a walk, or even a hit by pitch would do the trick, but he needs to get the ball in play or let the ball come to him for this game to end. It's 0-1 to Salazar. Outside, 1-1. This is the last possible batter of the inning. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Imagine if for all of this game ends on a walk-off walk.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, happened once in Audubon in West Deptford, where Jack Murphy hails from. Back in May of last year. Is cross strike.
That's horrible.
Borderline call, 2-2. The Rutgers-Camden faithful don't seem to appreciate it. 2-2 to Diego Salazar with the bases juiced. Swinging a foul, stay alive. Versus Vince Taylor. That ball skips out of the glove, and Brown will hold. The ball skipped out of the glove of Sheehan. And I think it took him a couple seconds to realize where the ball was. It's a 3-2 count. Diego Salazar versus Vince Taylor. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 10th. Here in Rutgers-Camden, players are climbing the dugout fence. Ball 4, and Rutgers-Camden wins on a walk-off walk. Can you believe it? The game may not have ended in the most climactic way, and that is how it ends, in the bottom of the 10th, with the pinch hitter Diego Salazar, a walk-off walk. 4-3, Rutgers-Camden over Rutgers-Newark. What a day for us to bring our broadcasting equipment. My goodness, this was such a stark contrast to not only game 1 that I attended this year versus Delaware Valley. That was 18-4, but this time around, Rutgers-Camden splits the home-and-home series with Rutgers-Newark, losing 8-1 in game 1 and winning in walk-off fashion action in 10 innings. So we got 9 innings of baseball and then some, and what a game it was. Thank you to everybody for watching this tape-delayed broadcast of NJAC baseball on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. It's been a good one. Here comes Ryan Kulik and the rest of the RUC gang. They're going to talk to their players. Rutgers-Camden, however, will go home the happy victors today. We'll take a look at who they play next in the next couple of games here as, well, again, 4-3 to final today. They play Saturday, tomorrow, in a doubleheader at Ramapo College, and then play on Tuesday, April 11th, versus Penn State Abington. So while everybody meets, we'll wrap up our equipment and get the heck out of here on the crispy and cold Friday afternoon. Happy Good Friday to those who observed the final today. One more time, Rutgers-Camden 4, Rutgers-Newark 3. From everybody here at the Dan Wilkins Broadcasting crew, my producer and IT woman, Donna Wilkins, and everybody at our graphics design crew, including Caleb Lane and Gavin Van Rel. We'll see you next time. I'm Dan Wilkins. See you Saturday, 11 a.m. versus the Paul 6th Eagles and the Audubon Green Wave, the Hank Greenberg. We'll see you tomorrow.